What's up, Facebook? So happy Monday to all of you out there. It's a really special time at the moment, and I wanted to go live to share some wisdom from an ancient Hindu Indian festival called Durga Puja or Navratri. And that festival is taking place as we speak, as this broadcast goes out. It started last week and it goes on into this week. And I want to share a little bit about the history of the festival, what the festival is about, and a few lessons that we can all learn from this festival as to what it can do. So please come on in. I'm just going to make sure I share this stream so people can benefit. So bear with me. I'm going to do this now. And wherever you are in the world, and I know some of you are tuning in from both the US and Australia, let us know how your day has been. And how have you been celebrating, if you have been celebrating Durga Puja or Navratri? The traditional way, in the cultural way, is to actually share it, is to do it with Garba. So there's a festival called Navratri, and part of the thing is dancing with sticks. And some of you may have seen this, some of you may not have, but it's another way to do it. So I want to share a little bit about this. And I'm going to go into a little bit about the wisdom that I think exists in Durga Puja, in Navratri, and what we can learn from that. So I'm going to do that here. But please come on in. I'm just going to make sure I share this out with a few spaces and places so people can benefit as well. That's coming on as well now. So, all right, let's do that now. Okay. So here we go. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, Durga Puja is, or Navratri as it's also known, or Garba as it's also known, is a festival honoring the feminine divine in this particular aspect known as Durga. So Durga is a name attributed to the female aspect of God. She is a deity, she is a Devi, she is a goddess, but she's also the female and an aspect of the female manifestation of the divine, of the supreme. And the festival takes place over 9 days, hence the name Navratri. In Sanskrit, Nav means 9 and Virat means night. So it's 9 nights of honoring, of celebrating, of serving and worshipping Durga. So the typical way it's done culturally is that people do this, what I can only describe as Indian line dancing. If you know country and western line dancing, this is the Eastern, the Indian equivalent. People go round and round halls or gatherings, community centers gatherings. People dance around in different circles, and they do elaborate dancing moves individually, as well as collectively, as well as in pairs. And all these different elaborate dancing moves are actually supposed to honor the feminine form of the divine, honor Durga, in order to appease her so that we may benefit from her radiance, from her wisdom. And that's the true purpose of Durga Puja. Of course, these days, people do see it as an opportunity to socialize, to get to meet people. Some people even see it as an opportunity to date and find the love of their life. Okay, but the classic reason is this. I want to share a little bit about this. So what's the big deal about Durga Puja? Let me share a couple of things that I feel. And I love this wisdom because I came across an article in an Indian newspaper, and it kind of dived into these aspects of the divine, and I thought it was just fascinating. But let me share some realizations here. So firstly, one fact that we need to know is Durga is just one of the names of the feminine divine. It is one of the chief, the foremost in Indian culture, in Vedic culture. But there are many other names by which the feminine aspect of the divine is known and attributed to. And another name of the feminine divine is, we'll go through this, but one of them is Goddess Durga. And Durga, one lesson to pick up from Goddess Durga is she is like the ultimate multitasking female. She is often depicted with 18 arms, all of them with weaponry and other paraphernalia to bless and to protect those who worship her. Although she rules the world with an iron hand, she is depicted as somebody who rules her kingdom with an iron fist. She is also very gentle and looks out for her children. And so she is regarded and worshipped as a multitasker. So the lesson there is, we may only have one pair of arms, but we can learn to multitask in sensible ways where we are not compromising our values with that which we are multitasking with. So we want to make sure that our values and our actions are in congruence. That's one important lesson to learn. And by the way, folks, if you're seeing this, if you're enjoying this, please do share it with people, because this wisdom really wants to go out there. I really want to share this out there. So if you're seeing it, please do share this out with the world out there. I want to share another lesson that I've picked up here, which I think is fascinating about Durga Puja. So that one, another lesson here is, bear with me, guys. I'm sharing this out so people can get this wisdom. Please bear with me as I do this. All right, here we go. So another lesson from Goddess Durga is when she takes the form of brahmacharini, it's another aspect of the female divine. And in this form of the female divine, she did penances, she did austerity. So she showed humanity how to undergo austerity, suffering for a higher cause. She did it in order to win a very desirable husband at the time. And she did it without compromise and without being thwarted by any obstacle that she faced along the way. And so this form teaches us about the value of persistence and not being thwarted by obstacles that come our way. And therefore that form of Durga, brahmacharini, is worshipped that way. Another form of brahmachari of Durga is Chandraganta. And Chandraganta is an aspect of the goddess who has 10 hands. And here she is depicted as doing battle with evil forces, with negative forces. And you can see them as demons, as physical creatures, or you can see them as negative energies, people's negative tendencies. She does battle with these. And the lesson there is to pick our battles carefully, because she runs battles and yet she protects her kingdom, and she balances this so beautifully. So it's about picking our battles wisely and keeping an eye on the prize. That is welfare for everybody. That you can do battle, but don't forget the welfare of the people that are nearest to you. Another name of the goddess is Siddharthatri. So Siddharthatri is an aspect of the goddess that says that she is able to help. How can I describe it? She possesses 8 arms in this form. And here what she's showing is that she was able to dispel the temporary darkness that covered the sun. And so here the symbolism is that you should learn to radiate positivity and conquer the world with a smile. Another name of Goddess Durga is Skandamata. Skandamata means the mother of Skanda, the god of war, according to Vedic culture. And here she has this beautiful image where she's riding a lion with grace and with elegance. And she is perfectly balanced as a warrioress, but she also has this maternal instinct, hence the name Skandamata. Mata means mother in Sanskrit. And so on the one hand, she is ready to do battle with whoever comes and tries to cause harm to the loved ones. And yet on the other hand, she is ready to give up her personal well-being and ensure that she cares for the people around her. So it's a lesson in fighting stereotypes and forging one's own life without apologies. I think one other one I want to share is a form of Ma Kali which I resonate with a lot, which is Kalima. Kaliratri, Kalaratri, Ma Kalaratri is the form of the feminine divine Ma Kali. Here she is the dispeller of demons. She destroys darkness and negative forces. And then she's able to stand calm and fearless and face a storm. In fact, she has a storm, a thundercloud-like looking face. It's a very dark complexion. And here, for me, the lesson is that you've got to learn to be able to be calm and carry on despite adversities that come your way, but then also be ready to be ferocious about your pursuits, your noble objectives. So that which you regard as noble and powerful in your life, you should be ferocious. You should have a real fierceness about your desire to accomplish it. And you should be able to shun darkness and shed light. So I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned about that. And I guess the last one is, if there was something that I can share from my experiences, I've practiced chanting a mantra for the feminine divine, various mantras, but in particular, Om Aim Reem Kleem Chamundai Vichai. It's a very powerful mantra. And for me personally, it's helped to build detachment and a certain sense of aloofness from the material world. And so I'm in the world, like Jesus said, to be in the world, but not off the world, right? And I feel a certain sense of aloofness, of detachment from material goals, material acquisitions, material attachments. It's a natural detachment that's occurred for me. And it helps me to recognize and stay true to my spiritual side. And so for me, and God knows I'm a work in progress, or Goddess knows I'm a work in progress, like so many of us. For me, it's really helped me to increase my detachment, to increase my aloofness, and to remain in a state of higher consciousness when I'm chanting this mantra, when I'm communing with that feminine aspect of God. So those are my thoughts I just wanted to share, and I love to hear your thoughts, how you're interacting with, or how you would like to learn to interact with the feminine aspect of God, recognizing that in the Eastern tradition, in the Indian culture, God is not just female, God is also female, right? There's a feminine aspect of God. So I'd love to hear your views on that. Share your views. Be great to hear from you. I hope that was helpful. I hope that gave you value in some way. That's it. Peace out.